Everything that Prime Fitness makes is excellent. And that's why in today's video, we're not gonna be talking about Prime Fitness. Instead, what we're gonna be talking about are these Korikahm handles, which are Prime Fitness handle knockoffs. But if you're looking at these handles, you're probably not Prime Fitness's target audience anyways, because there's such an astronomical price difference that you were never gonna buy Prime Fitness handles anyway. I did purchase these handles with my own money, but I do have an Amazon affiliate link for these down in the description. So if you want to help out the channel so that I can do more reviews like this for you, you can use the link down in the description to help out the channel at no additional cost to you. I bought this bundle, which comes with the wide bar, the narrow bar, the landmine bar, and then the handles that go on these attachments. And I have to say, these are amazing. There are a few shortcomings to these bars that we will get into, but by and large, I love these. Ever since I bought these, I have hardly used any other handles other than these. And so the thing that makes these handles so cool is how you can easily adjust the width. So you can see that all you have to do is move this over to be whatever angle that you want it to be. Clip your handles on there and you're good to go. Historically, I have almost exclusively used these Magpul handles, which these are also knockoff Magpul handles. But ever since I have bought those, I have hardly even use these anymore. In fact, these are probably gonna migrate their way up to the upstairs gym. And so you have the same concept as with the Magpul handles, but they're way more versatile because with these, you're locked into a set width and you only have neutral grip option. And so you have to change the bar out if you want to do a different width. And then if you want to do a close grip supinated or a close grip pronated, I mean, there's options, but you have to have a bunch of different bars. You have to change out the bars. Whereas this, you can use single handles, first of all. That's not an option here, so you can do isolateral exercises. But then also, because these rotate, you can hook these on here and then you can do pronated, or you can just literally rotate your wrists around. You can do neutral, you can rotate your wrist around, you can do supinated, and you can find the exact right angle for where you want it to be. One thing that I have found that I really enjoyed here recently is I actually flare my elbows out a little more and I have them slanted inward, and I found that that really hits hard on my back, and I've really enjoyed those here recently. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different width options, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different width options if you have both of these. And that is a good place to point out that you can buy just individual pieces. I bought this kit because you're getting quite a bit of a discount. I'll get into the price here in a little bit. And so I bought the kit, but you can buy just that bar, you can buy just this bar, you can buy these two together, you can get just this one, you can get just these two handles by themselves. And to be honest, if you're only working off of a functional trainer, you could probably get away with just getting these anyway because you have 2 attachment points. So you don't really necessarily need the bars to get you different widths. You're gonna be working off the width that your functional trainer has, and then you can get your overhand or your neutral or your supinated by just having these 2 handles attached to the cables. And also the bundle that I got came with this tricep spreader bar. The tricep spreader bar and then the landmine bar are the 2 attachments that I've used the least. I go back and forth on the tricep spreader bar. I like it, but it just seems like I have a hard time finding just the right angle to where my wrists feel good doing this one. So I'm kind of iffy on that. It feels excellent on the tricep, but if I'm doing a higher rep set, as the set goes on and on, I do start to feel it wear on my wrist just a little bit. So, I mean, maybe that's just me, but if I don't know. And I actually considered sending these back and just getting the ones that I knew I wanted, but you get such a huge discount by buying the bundle that if I were to buy the handles and the wide bar and the Landmine, then I'm basically spending as much as I spent with the bundle. And so the spreader attachment was basically free anyway. And then that leaves us with the Landmine attachment. The Landmine attachment is quite versatile and pretty interesting. So the general concept is the same. You slide this on a barbell for a Landmine setup, and then you have all of these different attachment points so you can change the width of your handles that you can pull from using these handles right here. But then also you can have a single attachment point if you wanted to attach something different to this. And then you can flip it over and you have this attachment right here. It's kind of funny feeling in the hand, and you would not think just by holding this that this would feel good, but it feels pretty good. And another hidden little feature, or maybe not so hidden since there's literally a carabiner here, you can attach this carabiner to a cable, and then you can use this handle to do pulls with. And again, when you hold it like this, it probably doesn't look very natural, and it doesn't honestly feel very natural, but when you're using it to pull with, it actually feels pretty good in use. There are a few negatives that I want to mention though. Because these are cheap knockoff handles of the Prime Fitness handles, there's definitely a quality difference in this versus what you would see with Prime. You can see, like, for example, right here, I don't know if you can tell that on camera, but this little screw to where it screws down to the barbell, that is off center a little bit. And then the paint job itself isn't all that great. I've used these for probably 10 workouts or so, and you can see that some paint is coming off on this one already. Definitely not the best paint job. And so as far as fit and finish, not the best, but they do exactly what they are intended to do, and they feel amazing when you're using them. And then we come back around to the price. As I said in the beginning, there is quite the price gap between these handles and the ones that you're gonna get from Prime Fitness. If you buy the bundle, you can get all of these attachments, so boom, 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 for $130. If you were to buy them all separately, which I don't recommend you do, it's $178. If you buy the bundle from Prime, which keep in mind, if you buy the bundle, it only comes with these two handles, this, and this. It does not come with the spreader. It's $325. And the spreader is $165 on top of all of that. And so we're looking at about $500, 4x the price, basically, of these knockoff handles. So again, as I've mentioned, I don't really recommend buying the knockoff over the real thing. I don't necessarily like supporting the knockoff version, but if you're going to be looking at the knockoff, you were probably never Prime Fitness's target to begin with. And if you're looking at these knockoffs, you were probably never going to buy $500 handles to begin with. And so it's not necessarily, in my mind, eating too much out of their pocket or claiming too much of their target audience. So if you have the money, buy the real thing. Support the original creator. If you don't have the money and were never, ever, ever gonna consider buying the Prime Fitness handles anyway, then these are a really good option and they feel great. I did purchase these handles with my own money, but I do have an Amazon affiliate link for these down in the description. So if you wanna help out the channel so that I can do more reviews like this for you, you can use the link down in the description to help out the channel at no additional cost to you. That's all for now. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. And you might have noticed that I'm standing in front of the same wall as the last video, and you also might have noticed I'm wearing the same clothes. It's almost as if I recorded both of those videos in the same day.